My name's Guy Kestevan. I've been a professional bike reviewer for nearly 25 years, and today the bike I'm Tech Talk reviewing is the brand new Fireline titanium all-round trail hardtail from Titus. So as you can see, this titanium frame really dazzling in the morning sun here. And just to point out first, this is a prototype bike, so those aren't the production graphics. That's to show that this bike is basically, from a geometric standpoint, is based on the On One scandal, because Titus are kind of the titanium sister brand of the On One mountain bike range from Planet X. So what you've got here in terms of the frame is a multi-butted 3AL 2.5V titanium tube set. You know, you can see there's a really nice ovalizing detail on the front there. You've got this nice curve here. You've got internal cable detailing. I mean, to be honest, I'm not sure exactly what the final cable detailing will be on this. See, it's plumbed for a seat tube dropper post there, internal dropper post all the way through. Got bottle cage bosses. There's nothing on the seat tube, so you can slam that seat post if you need to. I mean, I don't know exactly what the final fixtures and detailing will be on this, because the Locomoto frame, which I tested, has external cable routing, so this might be going that way as well. But for now, really neat internal cable routing on there. And just the quality of the welding throughout is really, really impressive. You've got these overshot seat stays here. You've got this saddle gusset in there for extra strength. Then you've got these really nice sort of machine details in there. The original On One's chainstay idea here, really cleaned up really nicely, and with these ribbed and Titus logo detailing in there. And then you've got loads of mudroom in the back. I mean, this is a chunky 2.4-inch tyre on here, 29er before I forget that. But even with that stay bridge in there, you've got plenty of room for tyre in the mud. And then moving along here, you know, you've got these really nice dropout details on this boost rear end. So, you know, really nice machine tyre there, and then this really subtle curve coming up, like I say, back into these shot-in sections here. I mean, you can see how much this frame is shining in the sunshine this morning. And of course, titanium is a brilliant frame material in terms of how it copes with, well, there's no paint on it for a start, so the paintwork's not going to get damaged. It doesn't corrode. It does corrode in extreme circumstances, but in normal use, it has no corrosion. And if it does get a bit scratched and a bit, a bit dull, you just clean it up with wire wool and polish, and it looks absolutely brand spanking again. I mean, this is just a raw frame. Like I say, there's no laser etched graphics on it. It will have laser etched graphics on the down tube and the top tube. So, you know, obviously, Titus, I'm sure, will update with detailed pictures of the graphics, and I'll try and add them to the video as soon as I've seen them. But for now, just a real, you know, it's quite nice to see it in this raw state, just to see all the detail on it. In terms of geometry, I mean, obviously they've got the Locomoto to be super radical, so this is a more conservative, but still, you know, pretty well balanced all-round trail geometry. So 65-degree head angle, 73-degree seat angle, 73.5-degree seat angle, 74-degree seat angle, depending on size. It's a 460mm reach on this large frame, so, you know, medium reach, nothing crazy long, but, you know, if you want to go super slick, go for the Moto Loco, which I say is like the Hello Dave copy from the On One range, and that's crazy. That's 490 in a large. Out the back, it's a 435mm chainstay, so again, mid-length, but with plenty of room for tyres in there, and it's a 53mm bottom bracket drop. So it's kind of inclined towards, you know, pedalling over rooty, rocky terrain rather than being super slammed for slashing around corners. In terms of equipment, again, I don't know confirmed final bike specs, but I would imagine they'd be running something very similar to the Scandal and the Big Dog bikes. So this is a SRAM SX build on here, single ring, eagle on the back end, Alex rims with 30mm internal width, so a really good rim spec on there, Formula hubs, and then Continental Trail King tyres. So really good sorted rolling stock if that's what it comes with. And then up front, you've got RockShox 35 fork, and you've got On One Enduro bar, 780mm, and then this little On One 45mm stem with guide-ar brakes. So in terms of like stop, go, and suspension and basic cockpit, it's all really, really well sorted. And because it's part of the Planet X family, you can pick all the contact points that you want when you're ordering your bike, because all the bikes are custom built in Rotherham as soon as you order them. You know, they're not shipped in a box. All the bikes are put together in the UK from frames made in the Far East, and then components, well, kind of gathered from all over the world. And by doing that, Planet X and Titus can always keep pricing really super keen, because they'll jump on any kind of component offers that are going from manufacturers or people who've got too much excess. You know, that's probably where these Conti tyres, for example, have come from. But they are moving to more and more standardised specs. So these are the standard wheels you'll now find across most of the range. This, like I say, this spec is based on the Big Dog Summer Special bike that they've done recently, and same spec as you'll see on the Big Dog Live Ride video that I've done. In terms of weight, I mean, titanium used to be sort of touted as this crazy light, you know, super light race material. To be honest, the trouble with those bikes were they just used to rip apart. They just weren't strong enough. So this is, you know, titanium bikes now aren't as crazy light as they used to be. This comes in at 14 kilos with no pedals on for this large. So it's not crazy light, it's just competitive to alloy, it's competitive to carbon around this price point. But what makes it stand out is the incredible ride feel of this tube set, because this really is a proper premium feeling machine, even though the price is surprisingly affordable. So I've just flipped it round here to get it back into the sun, and so you can see this really nice CNC machine Titus logo in the head badge there. As we move down the down tube, you can see there's the internal cable routing there. Like I say, I'm not sure this is the finished spec in terms of internal cable routing. And really neat bottom bracket down there, you know, again, super nice welding in there. Plenty of tyre room, and then along the chainstays you've got this really substantial brake mount there on the chainstay, so there's none of the stress going into the seat stay, so they can keep that really lively. And then the far end of these bolt-through dropouts there. I mean, Titus have been around for a long old time, set up in the mid-90s by Chris Kikalis, who now runs Pivot Bikes, but they've been owned by, the brand name was kind of rescued by Planet X, and they've been producing bikes on and off with the Titus name sort of all through this century, but now they're really focusing production on it being, you know, proper premium titanium bikes all the way through, and that's road, mountain and gravel adventure. So that's the Tech Talk review done. Quick and simple one, because, you know, this isn't a production bike, so there's no point going into super deep on the specifics. You know, things like cable routing might change, graphics are definitely going to change, and to be honest, the thing that really matters with this bike is how it rides, so make sure you watch the live ride review to get a full impression of that. But for now, thanks to Planet X for supplying this Titus bike. Thanks to them for supporting this video. Thanks to you guys for watching. Thanks to my Patreon supporters who make the whole channel viable by pledging a small monthly donation, and they get early, extended and behind the scenes edits, as well as kind of a higher tier of support in terms of buying and tech advice based on my experience as a bike tester. And those are the guys whose names are scrolling up on screen as we speak. So if you like what I'm doing on this channel, please consider joining them. It is a huge boost to the channel. It really helps me on a day-to-day basis. But for now, I've been Guy Kestevan on Guy Kes TV, talking about fantastic Titus Fireline all-rounder trail hardtail.